I met with my sis, my little sis, Tressie. We were meeting for coffee and tea. And this is right before the turmoil, but I knew that I was going to go in. And I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And she wanted me to be on a board, and I didn't want to do any of that. And I was really having a hard time. My little sister had became my big sister. And I was really beating myself up and saying, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how I could have made this mistake. I don't know what I've done. I mean, it was like, to me, I had altered everything. And I was really beating myself up. And Tressie is known to just go to her place and come back to you and give your word. And when I looked up, I could see that her face had changed. I knew that she was going to give me something that I needed. And she looked at me with love, but with authority. And she responded, I have no idea why you're having any problem. You and the Father sat at the table, and you all playing this. I don't know why you're having amnesia now. And I was like, what? Ain't nobody playing this? She said, think hard, think hard. You were sitting at the table with them. You and your father sat down. You planned these things because you need these things, because where you're going, you're going to need them. So you need to go through these things, these trials, these obstacles, and carrying on. She said, you're going to cry a little bit. It's going to be all right. But the outcome is that you're going to get somewhere. And what you have, what you're going through now, you're going to need it. So it's going to be all right. She said, just remember. Can't you remember? No, I can't remember. She said, try to remember. You need to remember. And I remember her talking to me. It was like a counselor talking to a patient. Can't you remember? Look deep. Feel deep. Can't you remember? And I'm like, no. She said, if you think hard enough, you'll remember. And I was like, she said, remember. And she started going to a soft tone, and she said, just remember. I know you remember. I know you remember. And I said, I remember. I remember. It was like I could remember. I could remember sitting at the table with my father and him asking me, what was my passion? What do you want to do when you go to earth? Who do you want to help? And I pointed out, I want to help people that hurt. I want to make them feel whole. I want to feel like they don't have to give up. I want them to smile again. Okay, well, in order to be able to do that, then you're going to have to go through this. And then I throw in, oh, well, then throw in some of this. I want to learn some of that, and throw in some of that. And the father says, well, we're going to X off that because that might be a little too much for you. And then him and I go back and forth, and we come up with this great plan. And when I reach here on earth, then it's almost like you forget that you made the great plan. But that day meeting with her, it helped me to remember. And here lately, I have been just really having a good time with that song. So I'm going to share it with you now.